All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. And thank you for watching. This is the Let's Build $1 Million Business stream, where every day I just kind of turn the camera on and start to work on a little bit of my company, or as the past couple of days, kind of just giving a little bit of insights into how I'm doing things. And today we're going to jump right back into Webflow, and we're going to start designing some components. As I mentioned earlier in a couple of my other videos or live streams, I use Webflow for pretty much everything that I do in terms of web design and development. I say web design and development. And a lot of Webflow is, like a lot of the work within there is repetitive in the sense that you want to get your framework in place. Again, when I used to work in applications like WordPress, you kind of have to strip everything down to kind of this bare bones, so you get this kind of this blank template that you can work with. But of course, within Webflow, you kind of get a blank page. But again, when you break down websites, no matter how crazy styled and designed they are, they can look completely different. But it's really still fundamentally breaking things down into little bits and pieces that you place kind of on your canvas. And oftentimes those bits and pieces are repeatable and quite similar. Now, in order to basically, I should say, or I would say, to speed up the development time, I've decided to kind of make these kind of components where I could just reuse and copy and paste them into my different projects. Now, a lot of people make components, and which is fantastic. It really helps the community. For me, I just like to use my own things because I built them and I kind of know them really, really well. So that's just kind of how I like to roll. And I'm going to build out components, I guess, for me to use. And if I could ever bring them out so that other people can have them, that would be kind of cool too. So yeah, let's just jump right into it here. So let me see. I am making the wrong page bigger. So let's make this a little bit bigger. And because most of the time here I'm just going to be working, I invite you to work along with me. I'm going to get some music going. And again, nothing crazy, just some ambient lo-fi music here. Now I could see some music coming through here. Hopefully it's not too loud, but all right. Now that might, is that too loud? I'm not sure. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. So I've already started putting some stuff together. Just I don't know. Yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is I was thinking of what components to start building, and I started with something simple, which is just a navigation item. And I know, pretty much every website has a navigation item, so I thought that was a good place to start. And what I might do in here, one thing that's been bothering me is trying to figure out what like my actual CSS classes should be, and how I should rename things, or I should name things. So I have like this navbar basic, but I'm like wondering, what if I'm going to have other navbars that are more than just basic? Well, that's okay. I think what we're going to have, maybe I won't worry too much about this class names just quite yet. We'll see how things play out. I could always change them as we go forward here. But I want to be able to have a drop down inside each of these navigation menus. Just a basic. Again, everything's basic. I think we could do one that's like a mega menu, so that when you click on something, it drops down and there's like a menu within that, which is kind of cool. But for now, we're just gonna work with this. Basic drop down. So this drop down obviously has some styling already pre-assigned to it, and it has a bunch of padding. So what's this toggle here? It's like on the whole button. Okay. And then this is the actual link. Okay. What should we call this? So navbar basic. Drop down toggle. And you don't want any padding with it? No. This one's got the icon in there, eh? Guess we can keep that in there, but okay. Does it need this margin? Interesting, so it might. Interesting, okay. Text block. Yeah, we could leave that for now. So I guess we could have padding here. Just to be able to give some room to the icon. We might change this default icon to something else. But that's not critical right now. Okay, so let's go. Oh my goodness, my chair is uncomfortable. So navbar, basic, drop down link. What does that look like? Link 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh. Let's have a look at that. A question I have is, what should we do for default colors? Because if you look at this, I mean, that's a pretty... I mean, do we make it really clear that this needs to be, you know, something that needs to be changed, where we have that color being black and then the color of the link itself? Whoops. We want color of the text. Where are we? Oh, right here. And that could be white. So let's play around with our padding here. There we go. And then we could have things like animations and all that jazz. The location. Where's the location? Oh, show. Yeah, a little bit more breathing room is nice. And do we want to have hover effects or styling associated with it? I guess the point is not, because the point is to be like a blank slate as much as possible, right? I mean, that's the whole point. But that being said, should we have something where you hover over one, you know? Do we change the color to black and then the background to something light, you know? I feel like no. Whoops. So hover. I feel like let's not. Let's just leave it. Because that could be designed. That'll be designed by whoever. Yeah, the whole idea is let's just get the bare bones and get that set up, and then let the user, you know, do whatever it is that they want. In this case, the user would be me. But right now, I mean, you look at this, if you have a logo, if you have your menu, you know, it just kind of works. That's only on specific sizes. Really? Why is it? It says it's black. There's also this drop down. Where am I? I want to be here. This hamburger section. Here it is. Interesting. So why is it that this thing on open has this background? It should be. Oh, it's this whole style has it, as opposed to the drop-down list. So this needs to be black. Oh, that's not right either. Where's that coming from? Just, all right. So you need to be transparent. So navbar basic menu has this background. All right, well, we make that transparent. Let's see. We have the logo and then we have the menu. The menu has the nav bar and also this menu link. And those are inline. So then we have to make that, or not inline, they're full width block. Which will do the same for this. But the question I have is why is it not black? Because if you, oh right, I'm an idiot. So I'm thinking like this is black. I'm like, why isn't the other thing black? Because when you open this, it's not the drop down itself. It's just opening up the actual, the full menu. Okay. And why are these things different sizes? It just looks horrible. Why is it doing that? Is that just me? Maybe it's just a factor of the zoom in level. Yeah, because at 100, it looks just fine. But if you zoom in at this weird 125, weird. Okay, maybe I'll just keep it here at 130. Okay, so it's making more sense to me now. Let's make this a little bit bigger, and let's say, what do we want to do? No, not publish. All right, let's go back here, and let's open the menu. And so I think this whole menu at this base size, we're going to give it a margin here at the top, just like we did with this drop down. And we are going to also give it an internal padding. That might be too much. And let's give it a background. Should we even bother? See, this is where I'm not so sure if we should do anything. Yeah, I think we should give it something just so. You know what? Let's just find a really nice space color. Space blue. Maybe something like that. A light gray. And that could be the color of what am I thinking? Yeah, that could be the color of our drop downs. And then navbar menu link. I want to give it a little bit of a different height here, I think. Now, do we want it to be padding or do we want it to be so it's like it's clickable? Yeah, give it a little bit of extra padding. So let's go. Great. And then we'll do the same thing with this. Perfect. All right. That looks decent. And then, of course, the drop down within the drop down comes up, which looks just fine. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Let me see. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? What the hell just happened to this? That is, what do I have here? I probably have something shown in there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I think the one last thing that we'll do, and I think we'll be really good with this one, we'll be okay, is what? Is to go down here. I do want to see this. So I do want to add some padding to the inside. Of the whole drop down. How much do we need to add? that a little bit too much? You can see I'm trying to even out the spacing on here to here to make it be pretty much the same. I think that's good. That's good for now. Don't need to make it perfect because, again, whoever's going to be actually using this and incorporating into their website or project, whatever, is going to style things themselves. All right, so, and we could do ones with different animations and stuff like that too, but I don't think that's too important because the person who's using it can change the animation. Okay, so that's our basic nav bar. That's done. So what's the next piece that we should do? I think what would be kind of cool, I think, thinking to do like a blog post section. So let's see, let's copy this whole section here. Obviously we're not going to have this one. This is going to be but the question is when I'm styling this thing, do we style it using a collection or do we just do it by hand? That's a good question. How would I want it to be done? Okay. So the question is, what would I be looking for if I'm going to cut and paste something that I'm going to be able to use to display a list of blog posts from a collection? Yeah, I mean, I probably want to use a collection, but the problem is you can't cut and paste anything with a collection. So maybe let's do it without a collection and then go from there. One thing I would like to have is just like a default, like a placeholder image. Okay, none of these are really default or placeholder at all. You know what I mean? Just that, avatar. Oh my goodness. Let's do that one. Let's just put it on the desktop for now. Actually, let's keep that open. I'm just exporting out this image, which will be our default. And again, let's bring it into here. assets. New folder. There we go. Okay, so in here, let's see. We're gonna have a new component. So it's gonna be the pixel blog basic. Well, see now how many of them are gonna have? Like they're all basic, I guess. Just pixel blog. Yeah. So how do I want to structure this? What's it gonna have? So I know I want to have an image. How do I like to do the images here? All right, so pi. An image. I mean, generally this is going to be taken from the database, but that's okay. Alt text. Geez. Do we need to set this? No, we don't need to set that. So this is. So I know what, like when this is set like a specific width, yeah, the image is going to follow suit. But we also want to set the specific height. And should this instead be a background image? So what I'm thinking of right now, and why I'm having a little bit of a pause, is because I think about when you have a homepage and then you have a listing of, from the news or whatever it is. Now you'll often have like an image, like a thumbnail, and then like the title, and then the author or the date or whatever it is. And if people that are using the website are uploading images that are not set to a standard size, then you're gonna have images that are all kinds of different sizes, and it's gonna like kind of throw off the layout of the design, especially if it's stacked to be nice and even. So in order to combat that, you can take the image and you can put it inside of a container, of a placeholder, and then basically you fit that image within that container, and everything else just doesn't get displayed. So it's almost like it's like a mask for the image. So that's what I'm thinking here, if that's how I should do this layout. And I think I'm going to, because I think, well, that's how I generally like my sites to be. So in order to do that, generally set a maximum height. Let's just do this one for sake of argument. It's 150. So, but what we want to do is we need the image to basically cover, I think is the one we want. Right, this is just not going to work. I can't remember offhand how this should go. Oh, this is bad. I could try to refresh my memory to see what I've done. Okay, so this is... this width. We know it has to be 100%. So I know if it's a background image, can we do it if it has an actual image inside there? That I don't know, because this is actually bigger. Oh, but maybe if we made the minimum height also needs to be 100%, or that's the width. Minimum height also 100%. It's actually a little hard to tell because of this image, because I can't see it changing much because it's just this black with this mouse in the middle. So we might have to change that. But that should work. So if we make this height 500, oh, but it's stretching, so we don't want that to happen. So I think we want it to cover. We set it to cover. It's going to keep the actual proportions of the image, and it's going to cover whatever height and width this thing needs to be. So if the height here is 10 pixels, minimum height 100%. I mean, 10 pixels is crazy, but it should still work, shouldn't it? Do I need to set this as well? There we go. That's probably why. All right, so every time this goes, you can see the image scaling up to fit. Whatever we need. Okay. Right. So now one thing that I know is that I want this to be on a grid. Now if it's going to be on a grid, it's a little bit challenging in that how is the person who's designing the website, how are they going to be building their website? Are they going to have their own grid to lay out the whole thing, and then they're just going to be, well, I guess even if they do, then they could just take out that style of having that grid there. Yeah. They absolutely could. So let's do it this way. So pi blog. I want to have, there we go. And then let's keep going. So what else is really standard to have in a blog? We have some metadata. So what can we have? We can have so we have heading. We have blog H2. This is the title of a blog post. Very original. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller. So we have the blog meta, and we can also have so I'm thinking of the publication date. Okay, hang on. No. And then we have something, well, what's the date today? 23rd. Then we can have the little excerpt. Something as short as this, maybe. And then we can have should this be a button? I wonder if all buttons should be styled the same within here. And I almost feel like, and what I mean by that is, you know, we have button with the style of button. Is now, what is that class? Oh, right, because I cut and pasted something. Let's clean that up. Let's go. Button. And what's the button gonna have? No. Let's stick with our black. Let's say the text is going to be the same, but we're going to want it, maybe buttons are going to be bold. So height is going to affect everything here. And this one will just say, read more. And so this is a very, very simple one. And what we can do what can we do? So if we wanted this one to be grid. Let's say 4. So we get 4 columns, and I want to have a decent gap in between. So we hit done, and there we go. And then what we do inside here, of course, we make this be 100%, and our height, whatever height it is that we want this image to be. And then, so we could do a little bit of work here to clean this up. It's always the question of how much work should we do. And then you got a publication date. That also needs a little bit of breathing room. We want it to be about the same. There we go. There we go. And then you can have this whole thing here. You can just take this, or I guess this here too, and you just copy and paste it, and away you go. What is this? 40 pixels? There we go. Yeah, because I know I'm going to use something like that in the future. Just looking at some things that I know I'm going to be building here in the near future. Ooh, that might be a good one. Okay, I have an idea for something. So a contact form. And I guess one thing that we should do here is while we're just on this thing here with grid 4, at this size, we should then become 2. Then on the phone, vertical, should it stay at 2? Oh, it's tough to tell. Tough to know. Yeah, because we won't have this much padding. That's just the way I have this page set up. And then here, of course, then we're 1. And then here, think here when we're at 2, we should... I was thinking of maybe having the gap to be less, but no, I don't think so. And the gap here works just fine. So I think what I have, I think I need to just change this. Oh, what the hell's going on here? I think I did that by accident. Why am I using pixels here anyways? Let's break it down in half. And a little more. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Perfect. So there's a fully fully responsive blog, gallery, whatever thing. So the thing is too, is like I could create so many different of these different blog component pieces. But for now, we're just going to leave it at that. And we're going to get started on a contact form. This one that I know I want to do is going to be a 2-column contact where you have name, email, and your fields on the right side, and then on the left side, or on the left side it's going to be the name, email, and other things, and on the right side it's going to have the actual text area, then with the submit button as well. Okay, so what am I thinking? Let's close this. Okay, so we need the 2 sections. So contact, I don't know if, just call them contact section for now. I don't need, should it have that? Yeah. Well, I think the first thing we need to do is we need a form. So here's just the contact form. And what things can we delete and what things can't we? So we need to have this. Okay, so this is like the form container. Let's rename this actually. Contact form. Whoop, that's not right. Clean up. Okay. Right, so everything's going to need to be in this contact container. So we have these 2 sections. So I actually like this. So contact form label. I don't know if that was too loud. It's a little bit loud for me. Maybe I could see if I can just log in here. Or not log in, see if I can see myself. Okay. This would be weird listening to myself, but here we go. Okay, I mean, I can hear myself. I'm just going to talk right now because I can kind of hear myself talking. Slight delay. Okay, so it seems okay in terms of the volume. The volume of the music, I should say. All right, let me get out of here because it's freaking me out. Okay. We are name, email. Where am I? Yeah, contact form label. Right. Contact form label. So contact form, like text box or text field. I guess we can call it text field. Right. Do we want this to be a block element? I mean, technically you want it above, sitting above your text fields, and you don't want anything wrapping. But I could see it if you do want it side by side. But again, I guess that will depend on the person. But then that could also be a different layout for a different contact form. So we'll leave it, this one we'll leave it as block. Okay, we're not working in pixels. And what color do we want our fields to be? Well, let's do the text. This 24, I think, is just 1.5. I think, let's see. 24, 16, yeah, 1.5. Okay. Okay. And then in this one, we want to have a text area. So that's going to be contact message. Yes, that's required. And we need a text area. No, sorry, text area. We need a field. Like a label, right? Yes, label. Field label. All right. Contact form label. Now, what do we want the label to be? guess we want it to be the same size as everything else. Do we? Yeah. And then so we should set that explicitly. And well, let's give this thing some good padding here. And could almost do I have a feeling like that's yes, padding is eating up into height itself is not what's going to do anything. Okay, interesting. So adding a padding is not expanding the box. Why is it not? That I don't know, because what does it look like if we give our padding to 0? It's like it's a certain it gets to a certain height and then things break out. Now, do we want to set the height of the actual contact element itself, or because if you're setting a height, then you're not gonna be worrying about padding. Well, I guess you would a little bit. Like if you have no padding, let's say you set the height to, I don't know, like 80, and then you type, it's still showing up in the middle. Well, that's good. So maybe that's what we should do then. Set the height to, let's see, something more reasonable like this. There we go. Right, then we should have one EM padding on each side, and then one EM for the spacing of the font for 3. Okay, that looks good. And text area, so that's contact form text area, and we want that to be like, I think like 4 times the height is good. And it's not allowing me to do that. And then the question is, why not? No, I think it's got to be a minimum height. So let's take a quick look. And that font size needs to change as well. the spacing the same? It looks like it's not. It's hard to tell without getting my pixel peeping out. And let's look at our placeholder. Man, that's way too. And that is just barely a pass. Okay. So this is also your button. Oh. Yeah, submit message with one S, two S's. Okay, and I do want to have a selection as well in this part. So let me copy this. What did it save? Oh, I just missed a little bit. And we want select form, right? Contact form. Select. I guess we can go field. Sure, why not? Okay. Actually, we'll do the same thing here. All right. And what are we gonna do? Make sure we set our height, 3 EMs. We are going to get rid of our background. Nope, transparent. What else do we want to do? I'm not liking, oh, maybe it's because of the font size. Yeah. Wait, what do we want? Excellent, that's good. And I think the last thing we want to do is take a look at the border style and give these things a better color. Now, one color that I don't mind is this placeholder color that we have. Ooh, that might be too dark though. Let's add this and let's just have a look here. Yeah, it's like way too dark. But again, this is not for show. This is just for, you know, for getting something that defaults so somebody can work with. So I think this is all right. Yeah, that works. And there we go. Something like that. But now what I want to do, oh, that's not email address. This is contact. Like a reason. And so this is going to be a 2 grid. And we're gonna grid this up. And because it's 2 grid, I want more space in between. Right. And we're going to want to put submit button in here as well too. There we go. Nice and even. I mean, it would be kind of cool. Well, I mean, again, it depends on someone's style, but if they wanted to, they can do something like, ooh, of course it works for, it doesn't work for this one. Why can't we make this one full width? Is it because of the type of button? No, that's just a regular button. Huh. Maybe we'd have to do something like that. But then it doesn't center. Something's different between these buttons. I don't know exactly what's going on because it's like a submit button. A submit button, I think, is a little bit different than a link settings button. There's little things that, no, I don't know. Little things that Webflow does. Not sure. They don't tell me what they're doing. They don't tell me what's going on. Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. I thought I did that already. Okay, so that's the contact form, but now what we need to do in here is have the, success. So after you fill out the form, here's what it looks like if it's been successfully submitted. So let's go success message. Yes, and then I'm going to contact form error. Oop. Error message. There we go. So what should we do with these? I mean, should we almost leave them as they are? Because there's nothing much to it. Yeah, I mean, change the background color a little bit. I mean, the air, I guess what you could do is change the color. Because I think, oh, well, let's go back. Hang on. Where are we? Air. Right. This one's a little different. So this one, So that's the form. This is a success. And then here's the error. So it's funny how this one, they don't center it by default. I wonder why. Okay, so let's work on this real quickly. I like me some more pink in my errors. That sounded really weird. Oh, jeez. Okay. 5, 1. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine as it is. It'd be nice if there was actually, if errors would come in on the actual form itself. Like, you know what I mean? Like if, okay, it doesn't work. Like if the name is inputted incorrectly somehow, or like, I guess maybe email could be like, if it was like this one here, like if you submit it, it has this, but if you submit something where say your name could only contain, or say it was like a numbers field, I don't know, what would be a good thing that fails a validation, or say even just something was required, like the name was required and this was required and you hit submit, but those fields weren't inputted. Instead of just saying, oops, something went wrong, to have them be outlined in red or something so that I can, you know, like an error class associated with each one of the fields that are in error, and then you could style those ones accordingly. So I don't know if you can do that in Webflow, if that's what happens into the form fields, or if they just validate, like if, you know, these things have to validate first. Like if I do this, I think if I did like, you know, the name is required, let's make it required. And then you just want tried. Like, I think it just uses JavaScript to validate things. So if you have something, then of course it's going to go, right? Yeah, and then the next one. And so if it's whatever here, submit, then yeah, this isn't filled out. Or if we can have it, if this is required, then this is filled out, this is filled out. Oh, interesting. That's required. Oh, I think the select one is a choice. Interesting. Okay, that's not required. Okay. There we go. That's not bad. That's a couple sections. Right. Okay. What time do we got? It's been an hour 20. I think I'm gonna stop it here because I need to put together a little bit of strategy over the next couple of days as to what I want to do and what I need to focus on for some work that I'm doing. So I have one client that I have to design a whole application. Well, I mean, I've designed it already. I just need to start building out basically most of it needs to get built out. So I think I have a couple of them actually that I need to do. So I do need to work on those, and I'm trying to figure out what time and when I should work on them best. And then I'm also trying to figure out what's the best thing to focus on the stream. Should it be something where you're just sitting down and watching me, build websites for now, or is there something else that I should be doing in terms of documenting my process here? Because it's not like on a day-to-day basis. It's not like I learned so much, skipping from one day to the next. I think maybe something that would be really neat to post up there or to post on here is, building websites. Okay, that's one thing, but also maybe like thinking about all the marketing endeavors and the things that I do to try to get business. Because I think that's where most people really have a hard time when they're running their business, is trying to figure out what to do to get clients, right? And to get customers. Because at the end of the day, why do businesses fail? They fail because they don't bring in any money, and they don't bring in money probably because they don't have any customers. So, there could be a whole bunch of different reasons as to why they don't have customers. But I would imagine most part of it is that either the customers don't know who they are or the service that they provide. It could also be a bad value company, but I would imagine even companies that have good value, people just don't know about it. So that's where I think marketing is really important. So maybe I could focus the next little while on like my marketing strategy and kind of seeing how I'm going to develop that and what I'm going to do for that. So maybe that's what I'll do. But again, that takes a little bit of time because my website is not quite done yet. So yeah, maybe that's what we can do. Anyways, if you do have any thoughts or ideas or anything that you'd like to see me do here on stream that is involved in any way whatsoever in terms of running a business and trying to build a successful business, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to cover it. But until then, I will say thank you for watching, and we're going to end it here and keep working away, keep plugging away. And, before you know it, one day, if we work every single day, a little bit at a time to get better, the next thing you know we'll be on top, right? That's the plan and the hope anyways. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Have yourself a great day. Bye now.